Namaste, welcome to Arthneeti, where we discuss money and money related tools to help you in your everyday investing decisions. I am Dr. Shifalika Gokhale. I hold a PhD in business practices of mutual fund houses. These videos are part of investor awareness initiative of Samyak FinServe. Now, like every Friday, this Friday as well, we will discuss important news and headlines which can impact our investing decisions. It is very essential to know what is happening around us. Why? Because it helps us to gauge right opportunities, to make right decisions which can propel our wealth building journey over a period of time. So come, join me when we sieve through important news items which can impact our money management decisions. Now, the first news that I want to bring to your attention is the statistics regarding India's GDP and financials that was published by NSO, National Statistical Office. Now, this data came in today where the India's GDP growth jumped to 7.8%, surpassing the RBI estimates of 7% GDP growth. So, this is a very positive positive result that India's GDP has shown. But this GDP growth has come in where investments and consumer expenditures have reduced, both which lead to new demand and thereby propelling new GDP growth. So there is a sign of caution, but this GDP growth rate of 7.8% vis-a-vis RBI prediction of 7% is a very positive sign for the Indian economy. The next big news item that I want to talk about today is that India repatriating 100 metric tons of gold that was kept in the UK central bank. Now, this repatriation has happened for the first time since 1991, when India was on a verge of economic crisis and a default, and the then government had pledged gold to UK bank, and the gold was shipped out of the country. Now, since 1991, this is the first time that 100 metric tons of gold has been brought back. As of now, the total gold reserves of the Indian Central Bank stand at around 822 metric tons worth of gold, out of which nearly 50% gold is still kept at offshore destinations in the US and the UK. Now, this is a beginning, and like in the wake of the Russia Ukraine war, when restrictions were put on Russia and its holdings were confiscated by countries of the West, this will hold true in the dynamic changing foreign relations between the countries. It is always good that our country will have the gold that it owns rightly within the country and not in another country. This next news item is very important for all of us. With the medical costs skyrocketing, health insurance is a need of the hour. But how effective the health insurance policy is has always been a question. There are so many terms and conditions, and one tends to overlook the fine print of the policies, resulting in financial losses in case a need for admission in the hospital arises. Now, IRDAI has come up with new set of rules and regulations for health insurance companies, which are to be implemented by the 31st of July. Now, the first and foremost point that was covered is cashless claims must be decided within 1 hour. Now, in that sense, what will happen is it will improve the speed and efficiency of claim processing. Also, settlement of cashless claims will happen within 3 hours. So, long waits at the hospital for the claims to be settled, before which the patient is released and is able to go home, will now hopefully be history. as this headline suggests, full coverage during the grace period, even if premium is unpaid, is mandatory for the health insurance companies. Some more points that were suggested by IRDAI, that were mandated by IRDAI, are no claim bonuses, which the policyholder receives in case no claim is raised, will be similar to motor insurance benefits. At the time of renewal, policyholders can have a choice to increasing the sum insured or receiving a premium discount uh, for the bonus. Also, discounts on premiums for no claim periods will be structured, ensuring fairness and transparency. So it will not be on the whims and fancies of the health insurance companies, but will have to be structured. The initiative also ensures that 100% cashless transactions are available to policyholders for treatment, enhancing their customer convenience. One more important feature, the inclusion of Ayush, Ayurveda, Yoga, Unani, Siddha, and homeopathic medicines will be now covered under health insurance policy. So these were some of the important points, the changes that IRDAI, the nodal authority for insurance in India, has mandated, and which the health insurance companies will have to implement by 31st of July. Next, I want to talk about the annual report of RBI and some of the graphs that are present in that annual report, which all of us should give some thought into. Right now, yesterday, RBI came out with its annual report, sum total of uh, uh, the dealings and earnings and expenditures that happened in the last financial year, and the RBI's performance through that year. Now, here are some charts which give us an insight into the way people have behaved, their savings pattern, their expenditure patterns, what it means for the economy, and what should investors understand from it. The first chart that I am showing on the screen is that of household savings. Now, India, as we all know, we are a very conservative society when it comes to spending money. But this chart gives a different picture. If you see, the left chart gives the household saving rates of emerging economies, and the right hand chart talks about advanced economies. Now, saving rates peaked in India during the COVID pandemic, but ever since, they have gradually reduced. The quarter, as shown in the picture, the 2023 quarter, the savings rate went below 1% to 0.7%, whereas Singapore and countries like Israel have had a fairly higher rate of savings. When it comes to advanced economies, if you see the chart, the saving rates peaked during COVID, reaching as high as nearly 10% and above. And they have ever since been reduced in most of the advanced economies. Now, as far as India goes, what these figures mean is that the saving rates reduced means there has been increased consumer consumption expenditure, which is a good news for sectors like retail, travel, services sector. But it can also mean low financial stability, with people spending more money and saving less. That can lead to low financial stability. What it means for investors is, it is very important to look out for rate changes, the RBI bank monetary policy changes, and where that leads to rate reduction or rate increase, and how it will affect the money supply or the flow of money into the market. That will affect our savings as well as our spending capacities. The next chart that I want to discuss is the right hand side chart, the Employees Provident Fund and National Pension Scheme subscriber addition chart. Now, what this chart tells us is the reflection on the job market, how formal jobs are created. Is there a decline? Now if you see this chart, there was a significant rise in employees provident fund new subscriber as well as NPS new subscribers in May 2022, followed by a sustained reduction period, again a small rise in national pension scheme subscribers in May 2023, and again in November 2023. But if you see the latest where the chart stands as of March 2024, both of the employee provident fund and NPS are on show a reducing trend. Now this can mean a reduction in the overall demand for jobs, which should raise concerns. And the trend shows that it is a downward falling graph, which should raise concerns about the job market. So this basically shows how jobs are created, how when people take up new employments, the graph rises, and vice versa. Now the report is a good 320 pages. I am reading through the report, and as and how I find details which are necessary for investors to take into consideration, I will put out more videos regarding RBI report. RBI report is a gold mine for everybody who wants to learn about what is happening in the economy and how one should understand where the economy is heading. It is available on the RBI website. I urge all of you to visit this website and read through this report. Uh, Today, I will post only so much, and I hope you have a good weekend, and follow, like, and share my channel. And see you next week with a more interesting video. Until next time, goodbye. Stay safe.